everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. This week's videos are all going to be me using the new Doodlebug collection. I think it's called Tinsel time. So in this first video, I'm going to share with you what I picked up because I don't know that I've done that yet. Have I? Hopefully I didn't. I'm going to share with you, walk you through the collection, show you everything that I bought and what I'm using. And then I'm going to share with you 4 cards that are basically the same kind of sketch, so to speak, but used in different ways. And a couple of these I don't really love, but I wanted to post them anyway because you're not always going to love everything that you make, and I am clearly one of those people because I didn't love Friday's card either. That's it. If you're new here, hey, hi, hello. I have a giveaway going for November, so make sure you check out the link in the description box down below. It'll take you to a place where you just input your first name and your email address. On the 14th of the month, this month, I am going to use that email list to populate a winner so I can send you out a prize. And we're going to see how this works. We have a 14K giveaway coming soon. That's a big one. Got a big old box for that. So yeah, it is open internationally. So if you're, outside the US, make sure you sign up. Anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. Anyway, that's it. Let's head over to the craft table and we will get started. Okay, friends, here is a look at the collection. I thought I had a video where I was talking through the collection, but I don't. I'm just sharing it with you. So I picked up the 6x6 paper pad. I picked up the odds and ends, which are their die cuts. I picked up the mini icon stickers and then the icon stickers. So the mini ones, there are 3 sheets and they're smaller. That's why they're the minis. And then there's these, which I actually bought to use in my planner. And if you're interested in any of my planner content, that's over on Planning with the Elf. Now the odds and ends, this came with 162 die cut pieces, which I didn't realize was quite that many. And I have to say, while this Santa isn't my favorite, he is kind of growing on me. So I decided to use pages that I never used before. So I never use these little cutouts and I never use the tags. And I thought that would be something fun to do a little different. I also cut out the sentiments and I ended up not using them on these 4 cards. I could probably go back and add one maybe, but I just didn't. So how these cards are going to go is I cut out the sentiments in these boxes, I cut out the tags, and then I cut out the strips. And I'll be sharing all that with you here. I did finally buy trimmer blades. Amazon had them for $6 off a packet of 2. So I ended up getting 5 packs. So I should have plenty of trimmer blades to go around for the next few weeks at least. It better last me 6 months, let me tell you. So a lot of this is off camera and I apologize for that, but I'm literally just cutting everything up and putting it in that bowl to my left. I picked that bowl up off Etsy a long time ago. I think it was Twiddler's Nook. Twiddler's Nook. That's the same place that I got my magnetic paws that are my die holders. So really helpful, really fun, absolutely love it. And these little sentiments are perfect. In fact, for Friday's cards, one of them is absolutely perfect. And I was like, ooh, that is going onto a card ASAP. So while I put those to the side, I'm also going to be working on, I decided to bring in little circles, and here is the pattern that I decided to use for that. So I'm bringing in a 1-inch circle punch. This is one from EK Success that I picked up off Amazon. If Misty could go back in time, she wouldn't have sewed all of her Stampin' Up! Punches. I would have kept probably the circle ones at least. But the issue is I'm disabled and I have rheumatoid arthritis and I have weakening in my right hand anyway. So trying to use a punch over and over and over is not the simplest thing for me to do. So that's why I went ahead and just sold all of my punches. And that's why I got rid of my Big Shot and moved to initially the Gemini, but Connie picked up the Sizzix switch for me off my Amazon wish list. That's listed down below, but there's never any, you don't have to give me anything. Just watching and liking and leave me a comment is thanks enough. I appreciate it. So I decided to use the mini icon stickers, and I am pulling off stockings, ornaments, presents, and snowflakes. And I'm trying not to put red on red. I did have to use one red on red. I think it was the gift later. But as you can see here, they fit perfectly in these cute little 1-inch circles that I punched out. And right here, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, we'll just see. We'll just go through it and see what happens. Again, these are pages that I never ever use. And I thought it would be a good idea for me to stretch myself and for you guys to see something a little different from me. So I hope that you guys are enjoying that. Now, again, I don't love this Santa and I don't love this deer, but they are growing on me. But the original one from eons ago will always be my favorite. I don't know why we got rid of him, but so is life. So there is the one red on red that I really had to do, and that's a red present on a red circle because I was running out of little ones to use. So I'm going to group those like to like, and then we're going to bring in, like I said, I'm going to bring in the tags, and then I'm going to bring in the sheet of strips. So I'm going to start with the tags, and I'm just going to cut them up, and I'm just going to cut them up horizontally first, and then go through and cut them up vertically. Now I've pulled aside all of the ones just with patterns and no images on them because I'm going to add the images. I initially pulled out a hole punch, but realized that hole punch is just way too big for these. So I ended up not using it. And I'm just taking my scissors and cutting off the tip of this. I do miss the tag punch from Stampin' Up! And I miss that heart confetti punch. I use that punch so much and I miss it a lot. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and use the ornaments for this card. And then I went ahead and brought in some of my red bows. I have a ton of these. I think I bought like 100 and something of them last year for the holiday card series. And I'm still, or actually 2 years ago now. 2 years ago now. And I'm slowly working my way through them. And here's where I was like, ooh, let's go ahead and do this. Now, the other side of this is a really pretty silver paper. Like they don't normally do a whole lot of foil or anything in their collections, but this one does. And I guess because it's holiday tinsel, they made the tinsel color sparkly. So yeah, and I think this last strip with the snowflakes, I think that's the only one I didn't use. So I flipped all of these over so that I could add some dimensional adhesive on the back. I go ahead and switch to the Scotch mounting foam the next time I adhere these or adhere some of these circles with dimensional adhesive because this took a while. And again, it's just too, I would rather have something quicker and more simple than me having to waste all my strength on pulling off little backer cards. Let me tell you. Work harder or work smarter, not harder, Misty. Excuse me, I apologize for yawning. I haven't even been up that long and I had a big old coffee, so I don't know why I'm yawning. Probably because I'm talking so much and I normally don't talk this much. So once I get the backer sheet off of all of those, I'm going to go ahead and add them to the tag, and then I'm going to adhere the bow using a glue dot. For the paper, so all of my pages or all my 4 cards are going to have the exact same layout. So I am picking a strip from the ones that I cut out, and then I'm going to bring in a cardstock strip that measures, I want to say 1/2 inch, maybe even 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to use a piece of pattern paper. And I did manage to use paper from my Project Use Your Stuff collection that I have over here on several of these cards. So I was happy with that I was able to combine patterns. Now, here's the thing. I've talked about this before, but we'll talk about it again. The easiest way to combine paper collections is to pick colors that they have in common. So this Doodlebug collection has all of the same colors that this MFT collection has. So there's red, there's pink, there's blue, and then there's green. So like patterns, like tones, like variations, etc. So that's why they worked so well together. Now there's another one. I don't think it's the next card. It may be the one after. That's the one I don't love as much. And I think it's because I chose the wrong color for it to work. So I'm going to start by putting down the biggest paper. Then we're going to put down the other strip on kind of like in between. I am leaving just a little bit at the top of the other ones. This one I didn't do so much. I initially brought in the pink, but I didn't feel like it had enough contrast. So I went ahead and brought in that piece of red that I had cut. And this is me just going through my cardstock, my Bago cardstock, as you guys have seen me have before. So I'm going to get that down. And then for the tags, I decided to just line them up all across that red strip. And this is something I've never done before. Again, this whole card is something I've never done before. So, but I like this one. Now I will say, I wish I'd used a different color pattern paper underneath, like maybe even that stripe, something with a little less white, because the white ones don't show up nearly as well. The patterns, but the ornaments and the red do. So it's not nearly quite as bad as it could seem, but in real life you can see them a bit better, but here on camera it's kind of hard to see the white against the white. And I'm just getting those as even as I can, because we all know that that's a thing. Oh, I'm using tear and tape to attach the bows rather than glue dots, just because it's close. And I feel like it adheres them just a bit better because it gives you a bit more surface area to adhere your bows. And once we get those bows on, that's it for card number 1. It was quick and simple. All of these were kind of quick and simple, other than the decision on paper and stuff like that. So here we go for number 2. And I'm going to be using, again, more paper from my little pile over here. I think initially I wanted to go with this stripe, but then I decided on a different pattern just because I felt like it was a bit too busy and I wanted something not quite as, I wanted a smaller pattern. So I really wanted something that was a bit smaller, but I ended up not having something that was a bit smaller, and that might be why this is my least favorite card, I think. At least I think it is. Yeah, probably. So I'm adding in the strip there, and then I'm going to bring in this paper and realize that, no, I don't like that one. And then I'm going to bring in this pink one, and it's like, no, I don't like that one either. I knew I wanted to use the stockings because there's stockings on that strip of paper. I thought for a second I would use the pink, but then I didn't really like the pink. And then I settled on this kind of bluey snowflake pattern. And this is from an old photo play collection from years ago. And this is where I feel like I messed up. Because while there is a turquoisey blue in the Doodlebug paper, it's not quite this turquoise. And I wish I'd went with something a little bit brighter. Like even if I'd just gone with that candy can paper, I would have liked it more, I think, than going with the snowflake. But it was done and I didn't feel like ripping it up. And at the end of the day, it's not awful. Like these aren't the ugliest cards I've ever made for sure. I do wish I'd gone for something a bit brighter. And this is the only one out of the bunch where I took one of those squares that I cut out and cut it down to fit, cut it down so it was the sentiment. This is the only card with the sentiment on it too. It's just another thing. I mean, I cut out all those sentiments and then I didn't even use them on these cards. They are getting used, those. So this one had to be the stocking card because there were stockings on the side. And like I said, I was really trying to figure out how I wanted these to lay out. If I wanted to use all of them, because as you can see there are 7 stockings. on their circles, so I wasn't really sure. And then I thought I'd use these, and then I kept going, and I found one that said Merry and Bright. I think it says Merry and Bright, something and bright. Yeah, may your days be merry and bright. That's what it says. So in order to give it a little bit of interest, I'm bringing in a corner rounder punch. When's the last time you guys see me use that? And since this is a retro kind of themed collection, I thought it would be fun to only cut or punch the alternate corners. So it has that kind of 50s modern rectangle shape. And I actually do really like that touch. And here you see me cutting out the adhesive rather than trying to use the dots in the paper. So I ended up just going up with 5 of the stockings for this card. You guys know I like to work in odds, and initially I thought I would just stick with 4. Oh no, I did 4 stockings and the sentiment. So for this one, I'm bringing in the Santa. And this is where I'm going to bring in some more of the paper from MFT, I believe. Again, this paper is from, that Sugar Plum Fairy. I was like, where did that come from? The Sugar Plum Fairy paper from Photoplay. I believe that's where that's from. Yep, that's exactly where that's from. And so that, I felt like it worked really well with the Santas. And then I wanted to use this stripe paper just because I felt like it worked perfectly with the colors in this collection. And again, I just really, really liked it. I cut this crooked from the very beginning. And you guys know I really struggle with getting things cut straight, and I still hadn't changed my trimmer blade here. So I felt like I took a lot of time having to clean it up. And you can see there on the back just how shiny that paper is. It's so fun. Oh, I thought I used the, I thought I used that stripe paper. Clearly, I haven't watched this since I edited it yesterday. Oops. Oy vey. But you guys can, I could have played this without the voiceover and you guys would have known exactly what was happening. So because it's Santa, I went ahead and used the little gifts, and I think they are so much fun. I will say that if you didn't already know, Doodlebug is one of my most favorite crafting companies as far as paper, etc. And I can remember begging them for years to bring out stamps. Please bring out stamps. Please bring out stamps. And they have, and I've only purchased a few of them. Oops. I guess I like their die cuts better. So for this one, I thought I was going to use the one with the cute little reindeer, and I decided to use this one instead. And I believe I'm using the snowflakes for this card. Is this card number 4? I think I am using the snowflakes. And I thought this paper would be perfect because this paper is a snowflake. So again, this paper is from MFT, and it's from my, what's that called? Project Use Your Stuff stash. All of the big paper is from Project Use Your Stuff. All of the smaller paper is from that Doodlebug collection. And then, of course, I cut out some cardstock. Now, with this one, I decided to bring in some of the ornaments and some of the snowflakes. And I brought in some coordinating glitter paper. So I'm going to use that 1-inch hole punch to cut out several pieces of this glitter paper. And then I'm going to adhere those circles onto the card, and then I'm going to add these on top of it because I felt like I needed something behind them to give it a little bit of distinction, and I wanted to add just a little bit of shimmer because you guys know I love to do that. So that is what we're doing in this, and this is going to be the final card. So I was going to keep going, but I kind of got tired and was like, I'm ready to do something else, so I moved on to something else. But once I get that done, that's it. So thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. Let me know which one of these cards is your favorite. If you agree with me on the snowflake paper, the blue snowflake paper, if you picked up this collection, I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions down in the description box down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the link in the in the description box below to sign up for the giveaway. I love your faces. Hope you have a good day, night, week, and wherever you are, and I'll see you Friday for another video. Bye for now.